Hi, this is Dave Schmidt with Jenner Ag. We're going to be talking about some sprayer clean out today to do the proper procedure here. Step one, we're going to start out with making sure that our product tank is empty, that we have sprayed everything out that we've been spraying, and then we're going to add water to the system to flush it. So with adding water, if we've got a 1,000-gallon tank, let's say, we're going to do 10% or more. So we're going to add 100 to 120 gallon of water to that. We're going to start our product pump and agitate it in the tank, run it through our sparge, run it through our inductor, and any other lines underneath the tank that have got valves on them on the pressure side of the pump, so that we can get everything flushed back to the tank. Once we get that all stirred up, then we can blow it out the booms until that's empty. And then once that is empty, we will shut things down, we will jump out, and we will go out to the boom here and take a look at a couple things here. So once we have done the rinse for the first time with our first 100 or 120 gallons of water, then it'll be empty. We'll come back to the back of the machine on the booms, just depending on which machine you've got as to how many boom strainers there's going to be. This machine has boom strainers on each side on the back, also has one in the middle, and then one on the side of the machine that they all need took off and cleaned out in a bucket of water. And while those are in the bucket of water, we can go to each one of these boom valves, the manual valves for clean out on the end of each boom section, that whenever we do our next step here, we will blow product through there and get those cleaned out. You may have that style of end on there. You may have a cap on the end, which makes a deadhead. So you want to get that cap off of there because there's going to be chemical that's just sitting in there. We need to get that flushed out. And then we'll move to the other side. After each of the rinse steps that we're going to do, the other thing we have to remember that's very important is some machines have a front fill on them. We need to make sure that we drain the front fill out of them, or that's going to be a deadhead spot also. And we would end up blowing chemical back into our clean machine once we got done. So at the end of each rinse, we will open this valve up and drain our water or tank cleaner, whatever is in that, out, and we can move to our next step. We have our strainers all put back together. We have our end caps put back on or valve shut on the end of the boom sections. We've got that back together. We are ready now to put tank cleaner in the machine. We will load another 100 or 120 gallons of water in it and add tank cleaner per label of what it says. Most of them I've seen are somewhere around a quart or so per 100 gallon. Put that in, stir the machine like we did the first time, turn the product pump on, run it through the inductor, run it through the sparge, run it through the top rinse ball, rinse everything down, everything on the pressure side of the pump, open that up to go back to tank so that we clean all those lines out and everything back to the tank, and we'll be ready to flush this back out the booms. At this point, what we want to do is spray that product out of all of the boom sections until we know that tank cleaner is in the booms, and then we want to let this set overnight. When it sets overnight, it'll break everything loose in there, and then the next morning we'll be ready to spray it off, spray everything out, and take your strainers all off again, your caps on the end of your booms, drain those out, and put everything back together. At that point, we can do our final rinse, put our last 100 gallons of water in it, mix it good. Whenever we are sparging it and through all those valves, we want to do that each time at about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we also want to remember our front load out of letting some of that tank cleaner get in there so it can work on that while we're sitting overnight. Once this is done the next morning, we blow the machine off, get all the liquid out of it. We can go ahead and fill it again with 100 to 120 gallons of water for a final rinse. Rinse everything out. Once you get done rinsing that step out, then you're going to take your strainers off again, drain those out, drain the booms out, drain the front fill out, and also drain out the pump. So we take out as much liquid as we can out of the system. And at that point, you should be ready to go to the field and load new product and start spraying your next product.